Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Judy and you are watching Winning Sew and Sew, and today I'm here to talk to you about precious fabric. Now I'm a bit of a last minute entry into, but I hadn't realised there was a vlog at all on precious fabric, and I rather like precious fabric. I seem to have rather a lot of precious fabric because a lot of the fabric I've bought I've put to one side and thought I've got to think about what I'm going to use that for, and that pile of precious fabric for me has got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But what is precious fabric and what is this challenge? Now this challenge has been set up by the lovely Whitney, who is Tomcat Stitchery, and it gives you a chance to make something out of fabric in your stash. Fabric that you've not used before, fabric that you've looked at and thought it's about time that I... Now, entering is really straightforward. There are 3 simple stages. It is tag new 1. That's all you need to remember. You need to tag Tomcat Stitchery. Yes, I'm looking away. I've got it all down here on my phone. 1, you use the hashtag precious fabrics. I'm going to start that again because it keeps going off. Tag precious fabrics 24 and tag Tomcat Stitchery when posting about your make. Your make can be posted any time in the month of September up to 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 30th of September. Now, Eastern Standard Time is about 8 hours behind British summertime. Number 2, it must be a new make. It cannot be a special fabric make that you have already made and shared on Instagram. So we've got to make something, and don't you worry, I have got something I am going to share with you and I'm super excited. Number 3, you can only have 1 entry. So that takes the pressure off. You haven't got to do loads and loads of entries, you can only do 1. So what is precious fabric? Well, I'm going to start with what I'm wearing. To me, I think precious fabric is something that you've had in your stash for a while, and because you've not made it straight away, it must have a bit of a precious label on it. Now, I got this in a pink door box ages ago from Andrea, and it is a simple cotton t-shirt jersey, and it came with a ribbing, and I've made a Naya t-shirt out of it, and I didn't know what to make with it at the time. But when I knew I was going on holiday last summer, I thought, I need some t-shirts, and I just got this flash of inspiration. I knew what I could use that for. It was precious when it came in, it was beautiful, and I just didn't want to rush into the make. So are we labelling a precious fabric with the label, "You're so lovely, I can't make you straight away because I just want to get that make right"? Maybe so. Sometimes you'll buy a fabric and you'll think, I know exactly what I want to make with that. And I'm going to start with one of those fabrics now. I've got a pair of fabrics here that I bought at Linton Tweeds in Carlisle when my daughter was at university. Why are they precious? Well, those of you that might not already be aware is I do like Chanel. I do like a bit of Chanel. And if you go to Linton Tweeds, the factory shop, and you say, which ones are Chanel fabrics? They'll go. So these are 2 fabrics which were bought with a purpose. 1 to make a Chanel style jacket and 1 to make a Chanel style skirt. Now Hannah is 32. She left university 10 years ago. These have been in my stash 10 years. But am I ready to make them up yet? Not at the moment. I have to say, and somebody did comment and said, Judy, don't rush your life away and look for retirement too quickly. But I think it might be a retirement project because that's going to be a project that I'm going to need to take time over. So maybe for now it's not quite the time to make these fabrics up. But this fabric, they are absolutely beautiful. Let me show you them. I'm really sorry I can't remember the composition, but can you see the lovely weave in this one? And it will be wool, and it is one that's been designed by Lintons for the House of Chanel, and similarly with the blue. Now the blue's got a lovely sparkle into it. Can you see that? That's much better, that picture. It's got a lovely little sparkle in it. I'm not even going to say how much of each of these I've got, other than I'm going to put them away over here to get out later. I've got another precious fabric. How do you define when a fabric is precious? Now, for me, as I've already said, it's one that I can't use straight away. But where do they come from? They came from Linton Tweeds. It was a day out, and that made them special for me. But I've also got some fabric which I did bring back from Oregon this year and I haven't shown you, and it was a gift. It was a gift from the lovely Peggy at Sew House 7, and it is a really heavy denim. And it is the denim that, if you've looked at her pattern online, the oxbow pants, in fact, let me put the oxbow pant picture in over the top here. And Peggy's wearing oxbow pants in this. This fabric has not yet been washed, so it's absolutely rock hard. It was a gift. A gift makes it super precious. Now, I'm like anybody else. I do like picking up fabric when I see it, and you've all seen this before. This is my Italian linen. Now, I did think of making this up for this challenge, but I'm not going to, because shortly after this challenge finishes, my younger grandson George is getting christened, and I thought I could make a dress for him, but I've got a better idea, and I'm going to talk about that in a forthcoming vlog. So that is one that is not being made up. Now, I've got some other precious fabrics which I've gathered from various sources, which I'm going to share with you. This is just a piece of cotton lawn. Beautiful, isn't it? And I used it to line my pogo nip. But I bought it in 2013 when I went to Charleston. And I absolutely love it. And when I find the right pattern, I will know and I will make it up. How many of us bought the beautiful fabric by Rachel Parker that Lauren had brought out for her 5th anniversary? I succumbed to this one. I've got a couple of yards of it. A couple of meters of it in white, but I also have it in blue. And I think I would love to make a knit dress, but that is so beautiful. I just need to find the right occasion. But as I am working through my stash and not buying new fabric, then perhaps that occasion might not be too far away. The next precious fabric obviously has got to be this one that I bought in Hawaii this summer with the pulmonaria flowers on them, because it is so Hawaiian. And I do want to make this up as soon as possible, but it's a summer fabric. I'm not going to want to make that now. So it leaves me with, what am I going to make? Well, I thought the time has finally come to make up the Mizoni. Ta-da! Now this is real Mizoni fabric, and I bought it from the Fabric Godmother. Oh, many, many years ago when I was still teaching. I hadn't been teaching long. I reckon I had it when I was living in my previous house. That's how long I've had it. And I saw it on her website and it sold out really quickly. And she did put a tag in and she said, if anybody else is interested in it, if I get some more, let me know. And I said, yes, please. And when it came through, I got told how much I could have. And I think I have 1.5 meters, because obviously it's very, very popular, and it's got a beautiful, beautiful bottom here. Can you see? And I want to incorporate this bottom into the garment that I am going to make. And the garment that I have chosen to make is the Berlin jacket by Tessuti Patterns. Now, it needs a pattern that is not going to be over complicated to make, because there is so much going on in this stunning fabric. I did contemplate lining it, but if you turn it to the wrong side, it's just as beautiful. So what I'm going to do, let me do it this way around. Ta-da, ta-da! I'm going to try and find a, look there, Whitey. How can you tell which is the right and which is the wrong side? Why would I want to hide that away? I want to leave it, so I'd like to bind it, or to try and do a flat fell seam on the inside, so that at least it's, rather than having the flat fell seam on the outside, I'm going to do it on the inside, so the inside has got the binding and the outside's got the flat seam. But the seams on the Berlin jacket do suggest that you do a top stitch down them to hold the seam down. I think the pattern's recommended for more of a boiled felted wool. So this will be absolutely perfect for this challenge. It is the most stunning fabric, and I do hope that I can get it finished to wear as soon as possible, possibly to George's christening, but it will certainly be lovely to wear up at Castle Howard with a pair of jeans and a plain top. So I'm really looking forward to getting this one made up as quickly as possible. So there you go. Those are my precious fabrics, all lined up ready for you to, for me to get going and to make. This is a very quick video because I am going to say that thank you so much for the lovely, lovely messages that I received on Instagram last weekend. Really, really, really humbling to receive them. I know that the years have marched on, and many of you didn't know me at the time when I lost David, but this time of the year reminds me of him more than ever, and there's never a day that goes by when I don't think of him. He's a big part of my life, and he can't be replaced. He can't be replaced, and he's there larger than life. You know, I just look at my children and my grandchildren now. I mean, to look at Oliver, I just see my husband looking back at me at times. So it is important to remember and not to forget. So thank you very, very much for your lovely messages, and consequently, for the past 2 weeks, I've not felt like picking up the camera. It's been quite hard to sit here and to do this vlog, so thank you very much for letting me do this, Whitney. It's been just the push I needed in the right direction. On the other side of the coin, as my nose goes red because I'm getting a bit upset, I have had a drama. I've had a total drama in my life, and the drama is not over yet, and I'm trying to get it sorted out. I'm trying to get out of Sky TV. That's all. That's all. And if anybody else has ever tried to get out of Sky TV and Sky Broadband, you'll know exactly what I'm going through. Round and round and round and round the houses. And why is it when you come in from work and you've got a short period of time that these things take at least an hour and a half every time you try and ring them? But I have had a success tonight. They're going to call me back next week. I do have my new internet. So that's the main thing. That is up and running. So all being well, I will try and video this weekend. I want to have something meaningful to share with you. I do have some lovely things to share. I have been to a sewing social since I got back from the States, and I have done some sewing and it went wrong. There you go. It can go wrong for anybody. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do about it going wrong and how I'm going to take a positive from that negative in a couple of different ways. So join me when I come back to you, hopefully at the weekend, and I'll be with you on Sunday. So for now, don't forget, 1, tag Precious Fabrics 24 and Tomcat Stitchery. 2, a precious new make out of precious fabric. And 3, 1 make. Get it on Instagram with the tags by 11:59 on the 30th of September at Eastern Standard Time. And you might be in the chance to win a prize from one of the sponsors. Hopefully get a little slide in there with some of the sponsors. But remember, it's all about precious fabrics. So thank you so very, very much for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye for now.